Hello and welcome to the Football Talk podcast with myself, Dave, and over the other side of the A pond is Josh. we get bogged down in geography too much on this podcast, I feel.
Too much, yeah.
So,
One of us has got a degree in geography.
and it's not me. So, yeah.
This guy.
There we
Yeah,
go.
but contrary to popular belief, you don't learn just about countries in geography. You learn much, much more.
Colouring
Flags,
in.
capitals, colouring
Yeah.
in. Yeah, that's why I did geography as a degree. How are you, Dave?
I'm all right, thank you. Had a good lunch. Wife spent too long buying stuff, which was annoying, which was a little bit rushed coming here, but everything's done. Everything's up to date.
Talk me through your lunch, Dave. What was your good
Roast
lunch?
dinner. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we spoke the other week about roast dinners. Well, I mean, I can't remember if it was online or offline, but you were talking that it's not about obviously that common in Singapore, and yeah, but there's a place you knew a guy who can hook you up with a little cheeky little roast
Yeah.
dinner.
We didn't go there.
Yeah.
Kate booked this place which is like it's 33 floors up and overlooks Marina Bay, like sands and the city centre. So it's very nice. It was very good, and a couple of beers as well, which was good. Hence
Oh,
the hence the
he's,
spelling
you
mistake. Hence
looseness.
the spelling mistake. Leave your comments below where you can see the spelling mistake. I mean, there could be more than one. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like a kind of like spot of a difference. What's different about this? What should be fixed? And we'll find it.
Exactly. But no, all good, mate. All good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, thank you. It's been an all right week for me. Football went pretty well overall for this week for Spurs so far.
So far, yeah.
The
You haven't played yet.
yeah, we'll do a reverse Man United
Yeah.
maybe.
So
You
I
know,
mean, your
pretty
betting
good. The
didn't go
wife's
well, but
birthday today. Happy birthday to my wife.
yeah, happy birthday to Ange, yeah, to the Tron.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
your betting didn't go too well, but we'll come on to that later. So
No, I feel like I'm pushing it a little bit, lacking sensibility, I'd say.
yes, you're complicating betting. I'd say complicating betting with
Yeah.
Josh. In fact,
Yes.
I couldn't even type out what your bet was, so I've even just written it on the thing as bizarre fourfold and in brackets Josh to explain. So there you go.
It had some different permutations for sure.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
but once again, we realise for completely different reasons in this episode, we are under some time restrictions because we started at 10 and there is the Remembrance Sunday in the UK at 11. So we're hoping to finish in time for that so that we don't have to have a 2 minute silence during the podcast. But so let's crack straight into it, Josh. News. What have you got?
Pay-per-view. Scrap that bad boy.
Yeah.
Scrap it.
Is it completely scrapped? They haven't said yet, have they? They haven't said the plans.
No, but basically, I thought it was scrapping pay-per-view to the end of the year, or it was at the end of the year or the end of the season. Can't remember which. Um, but yeah, I would really want to see the stats. Obviously, it's commercially sensitive, so I couldn't do it. But how many people have
So
paid?
I was chatting to Kyle in London, my friend Kyle in London, and he said that there was a stat released to say that more people tuned in to Bargain Hunt than the it might have been Brighton Burnley. Was that pay per view this weekend on the Saturday
Friday
or
night,
Friday
yeah,
night?
yeah.
Yeah, so more people tuned in to watch Bargain Hunt, and that's what decided them that they need to scrap it. Apparently,
Yeah, I'd
so
imagine. Yeah, that was not a great match to be. I mean, surely not many people are paying for
no,
that.
exactly.
But it's good. I don't like the pay-per-view. I mean, maybe I'd find it more acceptable at lower price point. Price point was well out of whack. And in the current economic climate, I feel like pay-per-view overall probably isn't right for now. In future, I'm not saying I'm saying I don't mind it, but a better price point. But again, kind of maybe fixed for a team or packages rather than per game. But yeah, current economic conditions, £15 a game, absolutely
I
absurd.
mean, we cannot be far away from a Netflix example, like a Netflix sort of subscription based thing where you just pay a certain amount a month and you get either all your team games or you get all the Premier League games, which is what I get. So I pay one fixed fee a month and I get every single Premier League game over here. But surely they're not far away from that in the UK.
Well, no, and I think the fact that they've shifted the game times around now, so no game overlaps, and so you get it. I think it's kind of like it's kind of bedding it in, isn't it? Kind of like obviously if you're wanting to watch all Premier League games and they're on at the same time, you're somewhat stuffed.
Yes.
But in Premier League games now, you could actually, if you're sort of that way inclined, there will be someone out there who is probably on their mission to watch every single Premier League game this season.
Yeah, probably. So
Yeah. and are able to. So apart from the final day of the season, obviously, it's typically a all at the same
Yes.
time to stop any wrongdoings. But yeah, good that it's gone. I'm intrigued to see what arises from
I
it.
think I think it'll be very interesting to see what comes out of that. Any other news from you? I mean, I've only got a little bit from around Europe, so if you've got anything, in life.
I'd say this week has been dominated. My life has been dominated by watching CNN. So I've become a fan of CNN. I mean, it is quite left leaning like myself. So it kind of I enjoy listening to it, watching it. So yeah, there's been some big news during the week, which I thought was quite good news. Some people might not, some people do. But that kind of really dominated my news environment this
Yes,
week.
I would agree with you. I think dominated by obviously what's happening over in the US, and I think both of us were
Hmm.
very happy with the outcome. I think most people in the UK are generally happy with the outcome. Most sensible people in the UK are happy with the outcome. Question coming in: do you think they'll keep the current staggered kickoff times when COVID ends?
I think they'll be hard pushed to when fans are back in the stadium. Like we have like it was Spurs last week, last
Yeah,
Sunday played seven on a Sunday. I can't see them getting away with that. There'll be all the kind of the fan representatives will kind of lobby for that not being the case. They won't be able to have it so absurd. But I think there will be a bit more staggering to get more games shown.
yeah.
Depending, obviously, it depends on TV rights, but I think there's definitely the ground has been laid. I honestly thought that we'd keep seeing the kind of drinks break come in. I really thought that would there'd be people lobbying for that because of all the advertising you can get done between in those periods. I really
Yeah,
thought there'd be something
that's
there.
true. Actually, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. So yeah. Oh well, we'll have to see. I'm not sure. I think no. I think as soon as it can all go back to normal, they'll try and get it back to as normal as possible. There may be a few more, or well, a few less 3 o'clock kickoffs on a Saturday to the annoyance of some. But I think it will go to having some overlapping games coming back. I think.
Yeah, I imagine so because otherwise it just become too hard to spread them out, won't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
So in Europe, then obviously, Barcelona won their first league game in 5, thanks to Messi.
Thanks to me, a lovely little dummy. The dummy is beautiful. But Ousmane Dembele, I mean, such talent that
Yeah.
guy, such talent, and it's just a shame that he's been so unfortunate with injuries. But
He's been
he's, I mean,
crippled by the injuries he's had his career.
oh, it's been awful, isn't it? That's the problem when you buy someone so young with such a limited amount of football. You're not quite sure. I mean, they're probably still developing. I mean, the male body typically develops into its
Yeah.
20s, and so if you were signing teenagers, there may be kind of I'm assuming there's a teenager in his bought. It might be slightly wrong, but yeah, you are at the mercy of the human body there. But yeah, he's just so quick, so too fit. I think he's got equal amount of goals left foot, right foot for Barcelona. But yeah, that was good to
Yeah.
see. As I said previously, I'm a Barcelona fan of in the Liga. And that would be my side of
Excellent.
choice.
And
Just because their goals, they're lovely. The pitch and the goals are so
well, you
nice.
love Messi, so which is
Yeah,
fine.
and
Which
Ronaldinho.
is fine. So yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've got that's your team in Spain, who's your team in Germany?
There isn't really a standout one. There's not
Well,
one that's
1860 Munich.
yeah. There's only one 1860.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, no, I mean, in being contrary, I think I'd try and avoid Bayern,
Right.
but there's not one which kind of I have any affinity for. Like Marseille on my French side,
Right. Nice.
'cause my grandmother and step granddad lived there
Nice.
for a number of years, so they're my French side. Italian side. No, again, nothing. I mean, again, I've had some good football manager saves, which leave. I remember. I actually remember before I settled on Tottenham. I'm not quite sure how this came out. I did support Sampdoria for a little while.
Really? Bloody hell. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not quite sure how that came out, but I have a vivid memory of for months probably being a Sampdoria
The only
fan.
thing I remember from Sampdoria is that on the box of Sabutio, David Platt was on it in a Sampdoria kit.
Maybe David Platt was my
Maybe,
in.
maybe was. I only asked you about Germany really because Bayern obviously just edged past Dortmund
Just
3-2.
yeah,
80th minute goal from Sane on it, and then Haaland got it back 83rd minute to make it 3-2, and it was very very close. But
yeah.
you just can't stop Bayern Munich, can you? They're going to win the Champions League back to back.
No,
So
They're not going to win the Champions League back to back, but they will win the Bundesliga yet again. I say back. It's like back to 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 back to
Yeah.
back. I think.
I think it's. Have they won it every year? Juventus has won it, or did Dortmund beat them?
I think they are
I think they
aligned.
are exactly
Yeah.
aligned. Yeah, I think they are. So, yes, very, very interesting over there. Not other than that, as you say, my news has mainly been dominated by the US election. So,
Yeah. I mean, briefly, Champions League during the week. How'd that go?
thanks. Yeah, it happened.
Great defend. Great defend.
I
Honestly,
mean,
I have never seen a side so.
I've managed, right. I've been a player manager for 2 amateur football teams. Never, ever have I not had at least one defender on the halfway line.
On the halfway
Just
line, just standard.
yeah.
It's absolutely standard because trying to break the rules to someone, that bit when you're in your own half can't be
No,
offside.
no, it's not offside.
And if the player's that far, he can go behind him. Whoop.
It's just it's so irritating. Like, why Maguire, as he goes up from centre back, isn't saying, "Oh, Shorey, cover us." So I always do. Just when I went up from centre back for a corner, it was just find the shortest person closest to me who was shorter than me and say, "Get back, I'm going up." Done. That's all it needed. That's all it needed. And then I don't know if you saw the video of Mike Phelan absolutely bollocking Matic, telling him, Mike Phelan told Matic he needs to call someone back. So rather than actually telling Matic, who I understand is quite tall and should be in the penalty area, but rather than just telling Matic, there's nobody back, go and stay back, he went, Matic, get someone back on the halfway line. So that message obviously didn't happen either. So yeah, it's just a nightmare, shocking. But we put it all behind us, didn't we? So Everton felt the wrath.
Did they? Did they? We'll get onto
Yeah.
that later in the review section today. But
Well, let's move it along then. Let's move it along. I
Yeah,
mean,
go on.
unless there's anything else massively in the Champions League you wanted to touch on.
No, I just wanted to make sure we mentioned Man United's failings. Just wanted to make sure I ticked that box.
Cheers, done. Success, well done.
Yeah. Oh, and Spurs won in the Europa League, so I'll stop
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Thursday night,
mighty
Channel
Ludogorets.
5. Whatever floats your boat, mate. It's fine.
BT, actually.
Yeah, I
Had to
know.
pay for that.
We've got lots of comments that I've missed. Sorry. Jack's popped in. Liverpool to win the Champions League again this season. I don't think about that. Ross is in to say, I coach the under-14s girls team here, and we always keep 2 back for corners. So, yeah. I mean, it's just sensible, isn't it? United's defence was more confusing than the name of the team they were trying to play, says Shiv. Yeah, I'd agree.
I mean, if I'm putting anyone back at, I mean, I don't know I don't know the exact lineups, but in a normal lineup, Wan-Bissaka's coming back.
100%. Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's not going to win a header in the box.
Well, he's not. Well, he's also not the best at tracking back. I don't know.
Yeah, so keep him back, then he doesn't have to track back. So sorted, isn't it? But right then, Josh, let's move on to the quiz.
Ooh, la 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 la! It's quizzing time.
It is quizzing time. Talk us through what we've got.
Okay, so this is a list of 13 players. You have been given their nationality and the month that they scored the only hat-trick for a player representing that nation in the Premier League.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense,
Yeah,
Dave?
I think so.
So number one is an Algerian who scored the only hat-trick for an Algerian player in the Premier League in December 2015.
Riyad Mahrez.
Riyad Mahrez. Yes.
I think I've nailed this quiz
Well
at the first
done.
time of asking. That's a rarity.
Before the podcast kicked off, Dave said, "Oh, I'm not gonna do well at this quiz," and then straight away, boom.
Yeah, but now you've explained it, so I know what it's about. So it's all right.
What did you think it was about previously?
I don't know.
Just the actual quiz.
I don't know.
thing,
I was in a
thing.
rush. I've had a couple of beers. Who knows, Josh?
Okay. So that was Leicester City versus Swansea. For those interested.
Okay. Swansea, they're a team I've easily forgotten about.
Yeah, I mean Spurs are just pillaging them for their best young centre back and their chairman.
Very true.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So, number 2 then, Bosnia and Herzegovina has got to be Edin Dzeko, because I can't really think of any other Bosnian and Herzegovinian players that have played.
Yes, that was Man City versus Spurs.
Nice. Costa Rica in the year 2000.
Busted song.
Yeah, it is a busted song, and everyone lived underwater, but not much had changed. Costa.
Apart from the water. Yeah.
Paolo One Chop.
Paolo one shot 3 for 3. Man City versus Sunderland.
Nice.
Do you remember his Man City stint? I must admit, when I saw this, I was like, I'd forgotten he played for Man
No, I
City.
remember him playing there. I don't really remember him scoring. Obviously, he's known for Derby, isn't he? That's the thing. He's known for
Yeah.
Derby. So
Was it a debut against Man United where he kind of was just
yeah,
caught
I-
everybody's attention?
well, he
Yeah.
obliterated us and scored 2, I think, on his debut against us. So, um, DR Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo.
Dr. Congo.
I'm going a bit in the dark, but I'm going to say Balassi.
Ooh, 4 for 4. Crystal Palace versus Sunderland again.
That was a pure 50-50 in my head. The filter came on. Premier League, DR Congo players, Samba, Balassi. And I was like, Balassi's the better option there for a choice. Iceland, October 04. Good Johnson.
David Nichols.
I'm booming this.
Chelsea versus Blackburn. Idiger Johnson.
Lovely stuff. Israel 09. Benayoun.
Goodness, 6 for 6. Sorry.
Only because that's a stat. He's got lots of stats about him about a certain player that scored in derbies and in certain special games and things like that.
Okay.
Yoshi Benayoun.
Yeah, Liverpool versus Burnley. That was because I went through this myself, and I had forgotten it was Benin. I actually put Ben Saha first. Do you remember Ben Saha?
Ben Saha.
Yeah, I feel like he was a Chelsea youth player, and I mean, I'm not sure he actually scored a Premier League goal, but I'll.
But you backed him. You backed him. Yeah.
Scored a hat trick. Yeah.
Um,
Ben Saha, currently playing at Apoel. Yes, he made 3 appearances for Chelsea, no goals. Also played for QPR, Sheffield Wednesday, Portsmouth.
I was going to say because if he made 3 appearances for Chelsea with 3 goals, so then something's gone very wrong in his career after having that start. So
yeah, someone didn't have faith.
yeah. Jamaica, September 03. Oh,
Here we go. He's coming unstuck now, isn't he?
I'll come back to that one. I need to filter the X. There's a lot of players to filter through in the head.
A lot of players in that, is there?
In Jamaica, I'm struggling to think of attacking players for Jamaica.
Really? What you got? What's in your defensive locker?
Where's Morgan?
And
No,
him?
that's why I need a bit more time.
Okay. Processing.
It is. Japan.
Next up, Japan.
2013. Japan. 2013.
Correct.
Kagawa.
March. Oh, Shinji Kagawa, United versus Norwich.
Oh, close
Unlucky
enough,
day.
innit?
I'll take that point away because it is amateur.
Both terrible.
I hate it.
Paraguay. December 07. No, he's Argentinian.
Who was that, Dave?
Fernando Sava.
hmm
Paraguayan. A Paraguayan.
He comes from Paraguay. I'm making this song up on the spot. He comes from Paraguay.
Roque Santa
He
Cruz.
Oh my goodness! Merry Christmas, Santa. Blackburn versus Wigan. He had a good season there, didn't he? He was a good player, nice, just composed, good hair, sexy.
It's not him. Who was the? There was a Paraguayan striker that spent a lot of time at Werder Bremen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still playing. He's 40, I think. I think he's still playing.
I've got a feeling he just
Oh, did
retired.
he just retire? Okay, fair enough. Anyway, on with the quiz. Number 10, South.
He's also at Chelsea.
He's what? Easted? What?
He's also at Chelsea, Claudio Pizarro's on the free.
He
wasn't
was. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Bloody hell.
he? Yeah.
Number 10, South Korea, September 2020. Heung-min Son.
Name the game.
No.
It's happened this season, Dave.
Yeah. So Burnley.
No, we won 1-0 there.
I know what game it is.
Tell me, just tell
No.
me. No, you don't. It's not that game, Dave.
Is it not that game?
No, it's Southampton.
Oh, Southampton. There you go. I didn't know that.
Hat trick of assists for Kane to Son, wasn't it?
Oh, I
4
thought
goals,
you were
wasn't it?
building me up to, make me look like an arse and say, oh, well,
No, probably got a couple of goals there. I lost count at some point.
you get. 11, Sweden, May 03. Now, my mind jumped to Henrik Larsson, but that can't be right.
My mind's telling me no.
No. But my body My
My
body's
God.
telling me
Yeah.
yes. Sweden in '03.
Should we be singing R. Kelly? Hmm.
Sweden in '03.
Yeah, this caught me out. This caught me out.
Seb Larsson.
Good. Seb Larson, in with the Seb Larson, out with the right answer.
So is
Wrong
it
answer.
not right answer?
Not, it's not
Okay,
him.
right. Yeah,
Just to
you're
clarify, that is the wrong right
the
answer.
wrong right answer. Okay. Which Swede would blast? A famous Swede.
Well, he's a big Swede. He's probably he's not. I didn't say he's the most famous Swede playing in the Premier League because I put that to Zlatan. I'm giving you that clue because obviously Zlatan wasn't in the Premier League in
Yeah.
'03. But this player, had a good haircut. Good haircut.
A good haircut. Freddie Lundberg.
Pretty Lumberg.
Oh, bloody hell. '03. It feels like it wasn't that long ago.
Mm.
Jeez. Okay. Venezuela. Oh. 2016, Venezuela. Come on, work that Excel filter. Venezuelans in the league.
Venezuelans.
Salomon Rondon.
Oh, good guy, Rondon. Boom, boom. By the way, that was Arsenal, Sunderland, Lundberg's hat trick. Sunderland repeatedly appearing on this list. If you want a hat trick, play against Sunderland. This one was West Brom versus Swansea, who again make their second appearance on the list for being scored
wow.
against.
Yugoslavia.
Former, no, it's not Yugoslavia anymore. It's now split up to be many countries. Serbia, Montenegro.
Yugoslavia,
two,
95.
Yeah.
God, that's pre ride out.
That is pre-ride out. I'm not even sure if does he. Let me have a look, see if he even does carnival.
Now, annoyingly, in my little.
Oh yeah, he's got ride out rule. I mean, he's got carnival in a bag. He's got 90 appearances, 29 goals.
Yugoslavia. I think this is going to stump me, this. 95. Bloody hell, it would have been 9.
Oh, sorry.
No, that is one I'm going to just pass. You're going to have to give me that one. I'll go back to the...
Savo Milosevic.
Do you know what? In my head...
No, don't give me this rubbish.
In my head, I had Milosevic. I can't remember him playing in the Premier League. Who is it for?
Villa.
Oh, for God's sake. I literally had him in my head and I was like,
Seasons
no. I can only remember him playing in Italy. Oh.
I mean, I'd say his Italian stint was actually not even that big either. He played one season at Parma.
That's where I remember him.
It's La Liga. I mean, Zaragoza, the Espanyol, Ceuta, and Osasuna.
Parma is where I remember him. Weird. How weird's that? How very strange is that? And I missed one out.
I remember. I think it's a Pro Evo or something like that. He was a powerful left foot.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you're coming background to Jamaica.
Jamaica, 03.
Jamaica, that joke.
Yeah, it's a terrible joke. Come on, Dave.
This was against Liverpool. Ooh.
Come on, Dave. Come on.
Come on, David. You can say his name for us.
It's got to be in here.
You've got a food clip on your head?
Yeah, I'm just twiddling. When I'm thinking, I have to twiddle pens or something.
I'll give you 5 seconds, Dave, and then it's going to go to the comments in case anyone's got it in there.
No, nothing's coming.
Alright, let's see if anyone else
So
has got
comments
it.
we have Dean Sturridge.
No.
That's the only one we've got for an answer for Jamaica.
This is for Charlton versus Liverpool.
Oh,
No,
oh my God, I can picture him. I
reckon you go for the wrong one here, Dave, but keep going.
Oh my God, what's his name? It was when Charlton played in that. They had that 2 really baggy kits. The away kit was gold. Home kit was obviously red and white. But it had white stripes down the side. It was all red, and they were sponsored by someone. I can picture the kits. I can picture him celebrating.
I've just got a feeling you're going to say Jason Newell.
No, it's not Jason Newell.
It's not Jason York. It's Kevin
Kevin
Lisby.
Lisby. That's his bloody name. Yeah. Well done, Josh. Good quiz. Good quiz. 11 of
There we
13.
go.
I'll take that.
Uh, yeah,
What do you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, it's 11 of 13.
It is 11-13. I don't know. There was, Freddie Lundberg was somewhat assisted, I'd say.
Well,
Just gonna put it out
still a
there.
goal, isn't it? Still a goal. If it's an assist, it's still a
Yeah,
goal.
he did well, Dave. You did
Thank
well.
you.
Better than you feared.
Yeah, I think I did well.
Kevin Lisby only retired last year.
Wow, really? Bloody
Yeah,
hell,
he's
he's
42. Blimey.
dragged that out, isn't he?
He did drag that out. I mean, he played for a number of different clubs. He went down. All right. Well,
Right. Very good quiz, Josh. Very much enjoyed it. Lovely, lovely stuff. Right, let's move on to the reviews of the fixtures then.
right.
So,
Let's start off with the Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes derby. So, Burnley obviously poached Brighton's front two, and
didn't make a difference.
no one scored.
Yeah, didn't make a difference.
No one scored.
It was dire, wasn't it?
Right. At least one of his sides is creating chances. There's something like 18 shots to
Yeah.
3. But so Burnley's still on 3 goals after, is it 7 or 8 now?
It's just we chatted about Burnley last week, and I still think Sean Dyche is gonna walk.
A walk.
He's gonna walk at some point. Might be just before January, might be after January, towards the end of the season. I think he won't. They won't fire him, and I think he'll walk because it's just. Where else can he take them? Well, what else can he do with Burnley? I don't think he's a very good manager, but what else can he do?
So let's look at upcoming games. We've got obviously we've got an international break coming up, which we're all looking forward to. After that, he's got obviously international break is a time for movement, but just quickly, very few managers have been sacked in in the last season a bit, have they?
No, I know.
It's not been Watford aside, who went just a bit trigger happy. There's not been too many movements in the.
Been strangely stable.
But he played Crystal Palace at home after the international break, then Man City away, Everton at home, Arsenal away, Wolves at home. That takes them up to Christmas Day. That's a tough run.
Yeah.
Could we see some movement in the international break from Burnley? What do you think?
No,
No,
I
okay.
don't.
Right, well, that's that.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen this international break. I think it could happen with that run. I think Burnley, Sean Dyche might just get pissed off and one of those mutual, like an Eddie Howe mutual consent thing, when really it was one of them just got pissed off and bored and wanted to leave. So, yeah.
Well, Potter then. Potter's been doing okay, but
It's just
still not putting the ball in the back of it.
no. It's final third for Brighton. They're great until they get up to that final third, and then they just struggle a little bit. I don't know if it's Mopé looks good, but he doesn't look class enough to do it every week in the Premier League.
Not quite there, is it? It's just not quite there. Yeah.
Welbeck. Again, Welbeck's one of those. It's a bit like Edison Cavani. If he was their top target, they would have gone and got him as soon as his contract was expired from Watford. But it was a last ditch. We need an option up front, and he's never going to score you all the goals you need. Glenn Murray's gone and was never looking for Brighton anyway. I think this
Ambash, maybe do something.
Yeah, Yankbash. Yeah, but again, it's one. It's a very difficult name to pronounce, and two. It's just it's not enough consistently, and I think that's Brighton's problem.
He has struggled a lot. I mean, he's obviously got Andone, or if he's just a bit of a hothead. You got Connolly.
Connolly could be something. Connolly could be good. Connolly could be a good player, but again, I think it's one of those sentences where I started with no disrespect to Brighton, but like if Connolly was in a better team, learning off better players, he'd be a better player himself.
One player I do want to shout out because obviously we played Spurs played them and beat them last Sunday. Tarek Lamptey.
Oh,
he
looks good.
He's good. He is good, and he's just short. He's properly short.
yeah, but
I mean, Lamptey and Dan Burn being in the same defensive unit is quite hysterical. To be honest. There's like over a foot difference between them. But I really like him. Played really well against Spurs. Obviously got his dubious goal. Um, but I think as a wing back, I think could do very
Yeah.
well. I do really like him, and it's just another English right back with kind of
Exactly what I was about to say. Another English right back that goes along with Wan-Bissaka, Alexander Arnold, Trippier, Kyle Walker
Carl Walker
Peters,
still, yeah,
Lamptey. It's
yeah,
would just someone spend loads of time practicing their left foot and go and play left back
yeah.
with
If
him.
you want to get an England career, just go. You know what, boss? I can fill it
Yeah,
left back, left wing back here, and then boom, you're challenging Chilwell.
exactly. But
Uh,
yeah, not too much to speak of for that game in my opinion. Like,
I think although they're very similar place in the table, Brighton and Burnley. I'd say that Brighton probably still feeling good. I imagine Brighton fans are a lot more frustrated with the hope that they're getting. With Burnley fans, I think the hope is dwindling. I'd be concerned for
yeah,
Burnley.
exactly. So as Jack in the chat says, Brighton's XG this season is actually one of the highest in the league, but they don't seem to put the chances away. Players like Mbappe look good on the eye, but no real ruthlessness about them. Good summary. Cracking
Yeah,
summary. Should get you on the podcast.
yeah. Brighton got a decent XG, so they're about eighth XG wise. Burnley is second bottom with West
Yeah.
Brom.
So
Yeah,
yeah, thumbs up. And then,
yeah, nice.
well, he's got his picture on the thumbnail. It's Mr. Hassan
Yeah.
Hultul Southampton. But what is the derby, Josh?
It's Alan Shearer,
He's gone. He's gone
obviously.
for the big one. He's gone for the big one.
Yeah, I've pleased the masses and gone for the one everybody knows. I just wanted to touch on Hasenhüttl and just cast your mind back to a couple of years ago because Hasenhüttl got appointed early December. You got Mark Hughes in charge. You got Claude Puel. You got Pellegrino. You got bleak
Yeah.
time. So Hasenhüttl's been in charge for almost 2 years now. How many players in that time do you reckon he's signed for money?
Ooh, for money.
Hmm.
I mean, I can count 3, so I've obviously missed some. I'll go 5.
5 players for money, and two of them have made almost no appearances. So we've got Che
Yeah.
Adams, we've got
Yeah.
Gineppo, and Carl
They're the
Peters.
3 I had.
Yeah, and then Diallo and Salisu signed this
Ah,
summer, but Diallo's made 18 minutes, and Salisu's not yet appeared. But this is, by and large, the side that he inherited. If you want to see the difference
yeah.
a manager makes, just look at that. Where's your next job coming from, Mark Hughes? Nowhere,
It's
because this
incredible.
guy's doing it and doing it properly.
It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And he has had negative times and he's just ridden the wave. The Leicester defeat, and they came out the back of that flying, absolutely flying. He managed to turn that around to reinvigorate the team.
You got to praise the Southampton board because some people might lose faith
Yeah,
and start applying pressure. Maybe start looking around, scouting around different managers for different options.
I totally agree, and I think Hasenhüttl has done very well. And we say this every week, but I think I picked them as my surprise package for the season.
Well, definitely. But the side that's performing, surprisingly, we picked him as our surprise package. Dave, do you remember Shay Adams's signing video? His statement he made?
When I'm signing for Southampton because I think they can win the league. Yeah, so
Whoa,
he's top as it currently
Shay
stands,
Adams.
top of the table.
Top of the table, and that includes getting absolutely spanked by Spurs 5-2. Where who scored a hat trick?
Heung-min Son.
Human Son.
Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, it is ridiculous. 16 points from 8, averaging 2 points a game so far. Cracking. I mean, he's got. If I see Shane Long,
this is without Danny Ings.
yeah,
Was, well,
I know,
right?
and I was just thinking if I see Shane Long hold the Premier League trophy, I think I might stop watching football. He's awful.
All right, but if you look at that Leicester side versus this Southampton side, if those players were to compete,
Yeah,
who do you reckon? Ooh.
we're taking everyone.
Would this be more of a shock? Would this be more of a shock than Leicester winning the league?
That's no. Yes, no.
Oh,
No. I think Leicester will still be a bigger shock. I think this gets a bit of a
Okay.
gloss taken off it because Leicester did it. That's the hard thing to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's followed quite quickly on the heels. Obviously, I mean, it's obviously not. It's 8 games in. If there's any Portsmouth fans watching, probably just really annoyed at us. But it's nice to sing praises of sides who are doing well and
Yeah,
they're in form. And because so many clubs don't get any recognition throughout the season because we will just talk about top six. So it's nice to give sides recognition when they're doing well. And they are. I mean, they really. I mean, they started off with their stupid high line, didn't they? So Southampton got beaten by Palace and Spurs, and it was like, "Hello, guys, you are."
yeah.
You're kind of pushing up a bit high here, and the midfield's not doing too much pressure on the ball, and it's getting put in behind. But yeah, it's been great. On the other side, we've got Steve Bruce still bruising around, isn't he?
Just Stevie Bruce. If you want to finish just below mid-table, Steve Bruce is your man. If you want non-entertaining football, where he'll do just enough to keep you to keep you coming back because you might get the win.
Are you not entertained? No, I'm not actually, Steve
Exactly.
Bruce. No, I'm really not. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely shocking. It was actually just a year on, wasn't it, from the 9-0 humiliation from Leicester, as the BBC described
Yeah,
it.
it will be around about that. Yeah.
So
And they got their humiliation out early this season, being beaten by 5-2 by Spurs with something scoring a four.
stop banging on about it.
Oh, have I mentioned
Yeah,
it?
just a few times. Yeah.
Up next for Newcastle is Chelsea, by the way.
Oh, they might get something out of that.
Up next for Southampton's away at Wolves, home to United,
Yeah.
and then the South Coast Derby. Okay, but well done, Southampton. Newcastle, just Newcastle in about. They're probably going to be safe, but it's just not going to be pretty at all.
Thoughts on the goals very quickly?
Thoughts on the goals?
Shay Adams first, early doors, wasn't it? Like 5 minutes
Shay
in?
Adams, yeah, lovely finish, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Lovely. I mean, I think the keeper got a little bit of criticism. I was like, no, I don't understand that. No criticism there. And Armstrong, wasn't
Yeah.
it, getting second, who had a little purple patch. Was it last season?
He did.
Started off well last season. Yeah, I feel like he needs to contribute a bit more. But
I don't think he's
yeah.
a Premier League footballer.
Oh,
Armstrong, I don't.
he
Not,
is based Southampton.
well, he is. You know what I mean, you dickhead. Oh, sorry, language. It's early morning.
Oh, whoa!
I slipped into pub talk there when if we were back in the pub.
Magic.
But he's not a top half Premier League footballer. That's what I'd say.
No, he won't be snaffled up by anybody anytime soon.
Exactly. So on to the next one, Josh.
The Marouane Fellaini derby.
Yes. Well, plenty of choice here, isn't there? Phil Neville, Gibson. That'll do.
You going? Saha.
Tim Howard. It's your turn. Oh my God, that's a game for the next episode on the podcast. Keep listing derbies until someone can't name one. Come on, Josh. Is there another one? Is there another one in there?
I'm going to go for David Moyes. A little out there.
I'm not giving you that.
Wayne Rooney then.
No, that's my one that I had if you got someone else. There's got to be, man. Oh, Morgan Schneidlin.
Oh, God.
What a pick. What a pick that is. What a shout. Delighted with that one.
Andrei Kanchelskis.
You get you might have just got it there. You might have just got it.
We'll leave it there, Dave, because we're running to a time.
We're on time limit, so
what I wanted to say here was the red cards this season have really, really halted Everton's momentum, haven't they?
yeah.
Richarlison versus Liverpool, we had Diaz versus Southampton, and even the Pickford challenge on Liverpool brought heat and pressure to the situation, caused whether it may be a contributing factor for Ancelotti to drop from last week. It was just they had really good momentum, and I think that Richarlison is probably the biggest miss there, and it's still missing at the weekend. Yeah, I think that we're gonna have to build that back up again.
Yeah, but Richarlison doesn't stop them conceding those 2 goals, which were awful defending. First 2 for Fernandes. I think Seamus Coleman needs to go and press Luke Shaw to stop the cross coming in. He just let it float it in. No one tracked Bruno Fernandes after he passed it out to Shaw and then got back in the box for the free header. The second one, you can argue that Pickford was probably anticipating the touch from Rashford to change direction of the ball. But again, neither centre-back were marking Rashford. He was the only striker in the box. And I don't think that makes the difference. Because going forward, Everton, I thought, looked okay. I thought they looked decent. They had a game
Yeah,
plan. They knew what they
yeah,
wanted to
I
do.
get that, but an attacking player can breed confidence inside. They know that they've got that player who's going
Yeah.
to make a difference. It can impact it, not indirectly, but you're right. I mean, I think I would say that central defence is probably the weakest part of the side. I mean, they've signed Godfrey and I've got Holgate and Keane, but they're not Mina. They're not. None of them. They'd probably easily be able to get. Well, I say easily. If you wanted to be a top four side, I'm not sure any of them would be in any other top four.
Would you pick, after Chris Smalling played as he did for Roma, would you say Chris Smalling should be starting in that Everton defence?
I think Chris Smalling is a very good
Yeah?
Premier League player, limited,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I think that they're not asking too much. And their central defenders aren't meant to be too expansive in that system, so I think he'd do a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Fair enough. I mean, you can't, at the moment, it seems you can't talk about Everton without going straight to Jordan Pickford, so let's have a quick
I
chat.
Yeah,
Olsen
I'm not
obviously
sure he's.
came in, did well, and Ancelotti said before the game against, was it Newcastle, who they played last? Can't remember. But he picked Olsen, dropped Pickford and said, don't worry, like, this is just rotation. Pickford will be in for against Man United. Pickford didn't really take the chance, did he? Again.
No,
I mean,
no, I'm not sure he's. I think he's a few chips short of a Happy Meal. That guy. He seems so rash, and I understand. The incident I'm talking about is the dropping the ball. So he gets a little nudge from Maguire when he's trying to catch the ball on the
yeah.
byline, the back line, and drops it into the penalty area. Just no. First of all, no, don't do that. Oliver Kahn. I've said this a few weeks ago. Oliver Kahn would sometimes at a corner just spoon it back over
Yeah.
his behind himself to go. We can defend this corner, but dropping it out to the edge of the box or dropping it into the box is going to cause me more issues. That Pickford cause you a lot more issues if you're dropping it like that. And then the old brain fart to try and rectify it. Him and Keane, is
Yeah.
it? Just go and let's kick at Maguire, kick at him. And it's like, what are you doing? And there's a little clip going around of Seamus Coleman berating Maguire for being a diving effing something.
Yeah.
But I mean, Maguire. I don't think it was a penalty because of Maguire's little nudge on Pickford. Goalkeepers are quite well protected. I can understand why it's not given. But the challenges that then go in are just a bit.
Yeah, it was
reckless,
interesting because it went to VAR for the penalty, but the VAR did say immediately, well, if you're giving anything, it's a push on Pickford. Apparently.
And I had a penalty to be given in this game, so I was a little
Yeah, I know you
disappointed.
did,
Second time in a row for an incident involving Maguire, which didn't get me a
But
penalty.
yeah. Jack's in the comments just saying zonal marking should only be done at corners, not during open play for both of Everton's goals. So it's a fair comment. But yeah, I think Pickford's just in a bit of a strange place right now. He's just.
It's been a long time though, that strange place.
Yeah, very true, very true.
And he's still got faith in the national manager, which it's a bit of a tough one, isn't it? We go, do you keep faith in someone because they haven't messed up for England for you? That you can see they're clearly messing up for their club.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think you've probably got to keep faith in someone like that, really.
I think so, especially when the other two goalkeepers in the squad is someone that's not playing for his club, i.e. Henderson at Man United, and when he did play, he conceded 2 against Istanbul. That weren't his fault, but it's not the best of appearances, and I think it's Nick Pope in there in the other one, isn't it? And Burnley aren't doing...
Nick Pope is the one, which is just not going very well at all, is it?
I think it sort of defaults into Pickford keeping his place at the moment, and it's a tough situation to be in. But anyway, yeah, just conscious of time. Yeah, let's move on. Interesting. Just because it's not a penalty doesn't mean it's not a red card. To be honest, you can't openly kick someone very high and get away with it. It's not malicious. He was going for the ball. He's just an idiot.
If we're talking about red cards, that's a yellow card.
Yeah.
That instant, but that's not serious foul play or
No,
violent
Violent
contact. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas his Virgil van Dijk one was infinitely worse.
Okay. Right then, very quickly then onto Palace Leeds 4-1.
Thomas Brolin derby, ruin my bet. When do Palace score this many goals?
my bet.
And Bamford offside. He's gaining advantage by pointing where he wants the ball.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive that he's been flagged offside for that.
Especially when his feet were so far onside. His feet that he scored with were so far onside. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
And
it's a funny one.
just on that, because it's VAR, I don't think they took the position of the last defender correctly, because you can't see Kouyate's arse who is bending over and leaning behind Bamford. So Bamford's arm covers Kouyate's arse, which means he must have been sort of in line. It's really bizarre. It's really
I
bizarre.
have to check out Kyoto's arse.
Exactly.
I'll post a podcast to
All
confirm
I'm
or
saying
deny
is
that
if it's Eden
accusation.
Hazard, he's definitely onside.
Oh, God, or Ivanovic, Branislav
Yeah,
Ivanovic. Yeah.
exactly.
I've got a comparison here, which I'm not. It's not 100% on, but it's how I'm feeling at the moment. That Bielsa's Leeds are reminding me a little bit of Roberto Martinez's Wigan
Do you know what they remind me of?
playing. Who are they?
Blackpool when they first came up, as in results they're getting and how the season could
Yeah,
go.
yeah. It's playing good football, good attacking football, but they're really leaving some chasms at the back. And in fairness, the first three goals are for. I mean, first goal from Scott Dan, great header, like top
Yeah.
corner. Eze's free
Oh,
kick, top corner. But XG and those has got to be pretty damn low. And then it's a weird own goal. I'm probably it's a keeper mistake.
yeah.
He reacts so late to that. And then fourth goal, they're pressing, but it's time and time again that they're conceding a lot of goals here. I mean, they're consistently conceding a lot of goals, and they've got the highest XG against.
I think it's interesting that if that Bamford first goal stands, completely different game.
Yeah,
Completely different
well, I
game.
think they probably are missing Calvin Phillips a bit. I
Yeah.
imagine Leeds are, but they were still. I mean, it's a long time since they're kind of Liverpool versus Liverpool. It was an opening
Yeah.
match, and it was kind of like, right, yeah, but it's not been the greatest start to the
Not a
season. They
fan
need
of
to
Alioski
some
at left
point.
back either. I don't think he's cut out for very much. So, but
No.
Chelsea, Sheffield United,
Sheffield United, Vinnie Jones derby.
nice.
Sheffield United score. Nino, my goodness, and it's against the imperious defence of
Yeah,
Chelsea. Who'd have thought it?
lovely finish from McGoldrick. To be fair, good flick.
Lovely little goal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Lovely, well
reverse
worked
pass
goal.
down the line, cut across. I think it was a shot from Lundstrom. I think it was on the edge. But McGoldrick had the
Yeah, no one's passing it
yeah,
there.
he had the whereabouts to do the little through the leg flick thing and put it past Mendy. But that was
Yeah.
as good as it got for Sheffield United.
Dave McGoldrick, 3 games against Chelsea, 3 goals. Against every other Premier League team, 33 games, 1 goal.
Yeah,
You love playing against Chelsea. But for Chelsea, it was Ziyech, wasn't it? Ziyech, pre-assist for Abraham, who scuffed the hell out of a goal. The assist for Chilwell, the assist for Silva, should have been an assist for Werner, who didn't score. And Chelsea are now a threat from set pieces with Ziyech on duty. Willian was loving hitting the first man previously. He's been, was he player of the year in Ajax 4
Yeah.
years in a row? It's amazing it took him so long. It's amazing he had that extra season at Ajax, really.
The rumours around it were attitude, but it doesn't seem to be that. I mean, maybe it was just there had to be the right sort of manager or environment or something like that. But,
Yeah, it did seem like he was happy to stay.
Yeah.
He always seemed like he was happy to stay there, and he was only moving for the right club. And I don't know. For some reason, I can't really see Chelsea as being the right club for people. I don't know. I just still see them as this kind of buying success, and it seems like players in, players out.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not an established powerhouse in my memory. Obviously, it is, and for younger players, it'll be all they've known as being this. But they're not. They're not kind of the Man United or Liverpool's
No.
or even Arsenal. But Chelsea, they're spreading the goals around as well. Lots of players getting. It was 11th different scorer this so far this season in the Premier League. 14th different scorer in the in all competitions. That's good. It's always good to be not
That's
reliant.
what happens when you
on,
just buy all the attackers in the world.
Yes, they all of them want a piece of that cake. Yeah.
How long can Chelsea keep it going defensively, do you think? Is Thiago Silva going to be able to play every game?
It's how many games can Thiago Silva play?
Exactly.
How many games can you have a 36-year-old without a pre-season playing in the fastest paced league in the world?
So
He's a physical specimen, so I'm not saying he's going to play half the games, but he seems to be holding it together.
Yeah, he does. He seems to be doing well. Right, we'll move on to the final game of Saturday, which was, again, pretty dull until the end.
The 91st minute. Yeah, Rufus Brevitt derby, this one. And so I flicked on. It was Saturday night. Obviously, I was doing other things. Wasn't watching. I don't think my wife would let me watch West Ham versus Fulham on pay-per-view. This was. I turned it on, 91st minute. West Ham just scored on BBC, kind of live updates. I was like, okay, I'll start writing about it in preparation for this. And then it was like, oh, penalty. potential penalty to Fulham. Just checking, and it's a penalty. I was like, oh,
Here we
okay.
go.
And here we go. We'll have to change this scoreline. I've already written 1 and 0 down. I have to change it up. Up stops, up steps. Ademola Lookman. I'm struggling to remember a worse penalty than that in recent times.
Yeah.
Horrific. A horrific penalty.
It was sort of.
It's almost like he decided to do a Panenka halfway through his run.
I think it's the other way around. I think he was always going to do a Panenka and changed at the last minute to not do it because he just. Well, it could be either way, couldn't it? Because
Fabianski wasn't moving. It's like he's not moving.
There's no commitment to anything. And I think he was like, I'm going to Panenka this, and then he was like, oh crap, yeah, he's not moved, and I'm going to try and change it to a side foot to get some power, which means it just sort of into Fabianski's arms, and it was, the worst penalty I think I've ever seen in the Premier League. I think it was the worst penalty I've ever seen in the Premier League.
Especially one worse one which has gone on target.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
I'd love to actually. I wouldn't mind someone to go through all the penalties and the slowest penalty. So the longest amount of time taken from kick to getting over to reaching the goal. Didn't even go over the line. Obviously, that would be quite nice to know because that did trickle.
But I mean,
the Czech Fellaini again grabbing the goals. He's been a very good signing for West Ham, hasn't he? Souček?
Yeah, he's done well. He's been a good signing for them, and it's another bet winner for me. So we'll move on very quickly, Josh, and we will look at the bets. Let's start with your. Explain the four. What was it about the fourfold?
So I was just looking. I like doing a kind of an accumulator that comprises of all the games, but at the same time, I didn't want it to be wins and losses. So I did. Over 2.5 goals and both teams to score in the Everton Man United match. Tick, comes straight in. Chelsea to win, done. Then I had under 2.5 goals in the Crystal Palace Leeds game because I thought Crystal Palace don't concede many. Leeds have been on a run of conceding lots. They're probably going to want to hunker down and keep this quite tight. No. And then I thought, well, Fulham have conceded loads. West Ham have conceded quite a few. Over 2.5 goals in that bad boy for sure. Nope. Got those right mixed up. And so, I did not win. That was 28 pence. I was going to return 10 times out of £2.83. Didn't come to fruition. And my other bet was the penalty in the Manchester United match, which I feel like I've just got to keep doing throughout the whole season. It's going to come back to...
Is it going to be your James Rodriguez, for me, shots on target? Then I stopped doing it and it happened. So, well, I had a complete... ignore the numbers at the top. I didn't have enough time to update them. But I had a cracking week in betting. Palace v Leeds, both teams to score and the result to not be a draw. That came in. 25 pence on, 66p back. I learned from last week not to put 50p's in all my bets. Although I should have done this week because it would have been brilliant. Didn't increase the fun though, did it? Wouldn't have increased the fun.
No.
Both teams, and then West Ham v Fulham, both teams to score, no. And they didn't. So... Thank you, Lookman, for missing the penalty.
Just about, yeah.
Again, 25p on, 44p back, so...
Oh, my goodness. £1.10. £1.10 in fun coupons back.
£1.10 worth of fun for 50p of fun spent, so...
My goodness, you doubled your fun. Over doubled your fun,
doubled my fun, and that's all you can ask for when you're doing this sort of fun betting.
Yeah.
So, yes, so very quick. Apologies, everyone, again, for the rushing. We may have to do a quick 2-minute break if we can't get there. But on to, I got a Wikifile for you. Hey, Josh, you're up for the Wikifiles. If you see it, say it.
Right. So we have, we're starting early here. 1978, 1986, right, playing for a radio station, K-Fum, or as Dave told me, it was a silent F. They then go on to make their, apparently make their debut, professional debut for them, but no one quite knows. We're in Norway. So 88 to 91, Valerenga, 66 appearances, 2 goals. 92, 93, Lillestrøm, 20 appearances, 1 goal. We then have a love affair with Blackburn, a marriage with Blackburn, but an affair with Manchester United. So they start off their marriage with Blackburn, 159 appearances, 4 goals. They leave them, have an affair with Manchester United for 3 years. 66 appearances, 2 goals. They then try and get Blackburn back. Go, I'm going to come back. I'm you're mine forever. 17 appearances, 0 goals. Blackburn take him back. 74 appearances, 3 goals. Then he goes, no, I'm actually moving north to Rangers. 20 appearances, 0 goals. It's a good time to go to Manchester United because he won a lot of silver in that time, I
He
imagine.
did.
But he also won the league for Blackburn in that time
He
as well.
did.
So he's won a number of league titles. Playing at centre back, Henning
It is
Berg.
Henning Berg, centre back / right back occasionally.
Really, that is one of the least expensive right backs.
Yes.
Him and Ivanovic have got to be tying the race for the least expensive right. Unless you want to pick a least expensive right back than that,
Oh, Jamie
there's
Carragher.
probably someone in a Tony Pulis system there.
Oh yeah, that's true. James Tompkins playing in a Tony Pulis back four for Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yes, Henning Berg. Well done, Joshua. Well done. Very easy.
Yeah.
I was drawn to him because I saw an image of the 1999 treble-winning team, and there was his little face, and I thought, oh yeah, I haven't thought about Henning Berg for a while.
Does he have anything in his personal life?
Do you know what? I haven't
Which we need to drag up.
Yeah, I haven't checked. Let's dive into his closet and see what he's got.
Any skeletons? Oh,
He's
he's a manager.
Yeah, he's a manager.
He's managed a lot. Oh, he managed a Blackburn.
Shock horror. Personal life. No, there is none. He has none. He doesn't have a personal life.
Isn't it? Oh, he's all business, this
Too
guy.
busy involved in football.
100 appearances on the nose for Norway.
Further success followed for Berg in the following season when Blackburn won the League Cup, beating Tottenham Hotspur 2-1 at the Millennium Stadium. Berg lifted the trophy as captain. That's the line. That's the sentence I went for, Josh, about Henning Berg. Obviously, had nothing to do with you and Spurs. Sorry about that.
I remember that. I remember Andy Cole scored, and I remember being really upset. I think I cried at actually that result.
Oh, Josh.
I remember sat watching it on my own in my bedroom in the loft at my parents' house, and remember shedding a tear.
Oh, Josh. Bless you.
I'd like to say that's the last time I cried over football, but I'm pretty sure it's probably not.
No, and you'll cry again. You'll cry again.
Yeah.
Tottenham will get close and you'll cry again. So, but any other business, Josh? Have I missed anything?
No, you've got 29 seconds to wrap this up.
So
we
are going to end it there. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Sorry for the rushed exit, but we didn't want to get in the way of remembering.
Hello, everybody.
We didn't want to get in the way of the Remembrance Sunday silence. So thank you all very much for watching. You can catch our back catalogue at Football Talk on YouTube, Spotify and SoundCloud. You can also catch us on Twitter, where there will be comments from Josh and myself about the football. Hopefully polls will come back at some point soon. But remember,
there's no A in football.
We're also at Football Talk. I didn't mention that bit. Football Talk, there's no A in football. And we look forward to reading your comments and everything in the comments section below. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. For now, I'm out.